Oh, webinar is now streaming live on Facebook.
Hello and welcome.
Hello. We've had a technically challenging attempt. Facebook is still not letting us go live.
Facebook's not letting us go live unless we use a different app.
So we're coming via Zoom, which is how we teach most of our internal classes.
Yes. So welcome, whether you're live or on the replay. This is a part of a three-part series that we've been doing for the last few weeks. So 2 weeks ago, we shared with you something that we call the family sweep. And it's just a basic process where you tune into, so at least it's just opening up comments so that
I can see.
We can see who's talking to us. So where you tune into your whole family as a whole and tune into where the energy needs to go, like who's the most depleted, whose cups need the most filling, who's most disconnected from you. It's like a really simple process to know where to focus your energy so you're not trying to do everything all at once. And then last week we talked about reconnecting with a child if you're noticing that one child is really depleted or your connection with that child is particularly
strained or afraid or weak. Yeah, so that was connection outwards.
Yeah, so like really repairing connection with a child when you feel like it's lacking. And then this week, this is all about really repairing connection with yourself and filling yourself up when you do the family sweep and you notice that over and over again, you're actually the one who is the most depleted, or you're the one who's most lacking in connection with yourself, which is often the case.
It will absolutely happen, for sure.
Yeah.
Without doubt.
And so something that we're like, and we'll have to keep saying this in probably like 20 different ways to get it through to you, because a lot of mothers really can't hear this. But first, I'll say it in relation to the family sweep, is that you taking care of yourself when you're really depleted is actually a really beneficial and important thing for your whole family. So something we said in the family sweep is that helping the part of the family that is the most depleted helps the whole family, because you're all so connected,
so interconnected, or the webs that exist between you.
So if you're the one whose cup's empty, like it's kind of running on dry, and you fill yourself up, it spreads out into everybody else. You can't keep filling everybody else and not yourself, or you're all falling behind.
The level at which you can give or elevate a relationship, or put into a relationship, or, feed a relationship, however you want to term it, the level to which you can do that is, you can't go higher than the level than where you're actually at personally in your own reserves. Okay. So your self-care, and this gets kind of a bad rap, and some mothers just can't even hear it, can they? Self-care is such a hard thing. And we're not going to say there won't be mind chatter.
Well, I don't have time. Like, how would I eat?
How would that happen? Yeah, we hear that. We get that. We have that going on in our own heads too. But the bottom line is, your self-care allows you to be in a state that allows you to give at the level you're trying to give at. You cannot create relationships in the quality that you want to give when you're depleted. You can only hit the level that you've got to give, if that makes sense. Does that make sense?
It totally does.
Okay.
And so check out the video on family sweep. But even now, if you're just tuning into your family and you're like, the one who's most running on empty is me, and you probably would just know intuitively if you tune in, then this is really, really important for you to listen to right now. Like it's in all the parenting advice and all the connection with your children stuff. Listen to this first. Like, you need to care for yourself.
You absolutely do. This is not selfish or self-indulgent or frivolous. This is actually about creating whole health for the family. Yeah, it's important for you too, but it's important to the level that you're trying to output. Seriously.
So when you're really depleted, we have a couple of different models for self-care that we generally teach. One is in the moment self-care, which is like bringing it in throughout the day. Like, this is kind of preventative, all the time. And then the other one is the sacred recharge, which you can also use in a preventative way. You don't have to wait till you're like
Depleted.
completely have nothing left in order to do sacred recharge. But especially when you're in this space, that's when you call on a sacred recharge, which is actually creating a larger and more kind of intentional space where you actually ask for support from other people. You create the space in your relationships to take time for you, to do something for you that fills you up. So that's what we're bringing to you today, sacred recharge time.
Hello to everyone who's joining. Good morning, by the way. I'm just looking at comments. So hi.
Oh, is there comments?
There aren't comments yet, but there's people here. I can see them, but I can't see you. If you feel like saying hi, so we're not talking to a blank screen, which we kind of are right now. Well, we're not. You're here, but to us, we can't see you. So both this in the moment self-care and sacred recharge are really valid. And there is a time and a place for all of them. In the moment self-care, honestly, is a larger percentage of your self-care. Bringing it into the moment all the time is huge, but there is definitely the need for sacred recharge, and it depends on who you are as a person. The more introverted you are, the more you need a lot of space to recharge, that sort of thing, the more you're going to feel that you need sacred recharge. But even at high extroverted people, they need some sacred recharge, okay? And with both of those things, a really important piece here, because sometimes I coach mothers, I bet you've done this too. We've coached mothers who say, I'm getting self-care and it's not working. I'm getting time to myself and now I just feel selfish because I'm already getting time.
Or I feel stressed because I've just filled up my time with
I filled up my time and I still don't feel better. So sometimes we hear that, and this is a really important piece. When you are contemplating some sacred recharge, you are going to be reaching out for support. You're going to be asking people, there'll be some sort of child minding that needs to happen. There'll be some consideration of timing.
It might feel really huge to do it. Like, whoa, I can't ask for this. Like, it might be a really big stretch at first.
It might be. One of the most important things before you do any of the asking or thinking about it is get clear in this moment what would really recharge you. Because you can spend your time doing self-care that is a big should. I should do this, and I should do that, I should go to the gym, and I should go on a bushwalk, and I should blah, 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 blah. And if there's a should in there, and there's no, like, this will really nourish me, then you're going to walk away from this frustrated that you used up your time and you don't feel any more recharged than before you went. Okay.
Yeah. So you're coming back in this moment, what's really true for me? Like, what am I feeling? What am I needing? And what really fills me up given what's going on in my life right now? It might be having a sleep.
I was about to say, I do that a lot when my kids were babies. It's like, it's really
prioritizing sleep when you don't usually is actually a massive,
huge
sacred recharge date.
Yeah. So it could be anything, but make sure it is actually recharging you, because that's the first thing that I often see mums kind of get lost on. What they're choosing to, they manage to carve out the time and celebration to them for doing that, but then what they do doesn't actually give them the recharge they want. So think of that piece first. This is really about what is going to top you up and fill you up on a joyous soul level, not a should level. Okay.
Yeah. So if you've done the family sweep, like imagining your cup and imagining filling it up, what would fill it up? Like, what would really refuel you? And what would have you feel so connected to your soul and your body and like the parts of you that you feel kind of disconnected from, really tuning into that. Give some time to tune in.
Yeah, so this is like a conscious self-care practice instead of conscious parenting, but it's giving some conscious consideration to it before you go into it. And that also helps you get out of the situation where this used to happen to me when my kids were really little. There was one day on the weekend, there was a father and kid play group, right? And my husband would take the kids for an hour off to this little play group down the road. And I would be at times hanging on by my fingernails for that playgroup. So, oh my God, it's coming, I'm going to get my time. And he'd drive away and off he'd go out the driveway and I'd be like, oh, what am I to do? What am I going to do? Oh my God, how am I going to use my time? I could do this, I could do that. Like, I got really stressed for about 20 minutes trying to work out how to use my time that I had. So that also helps. If you've given some thought to what will really nourish me before you go in, then you're not dithering around trying to go, you know, should I do yoga? Or maybe I should journal. Maybe I should have a sleep. Maybe I should have a bath.
The time without actually
planning for it.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are you needing? What are you feeling? What are you needing? We come back to this over and over, but check in. What are you feeling? What are you needing? No shoulds.
Yes.
Okay, what's the next piece?
So then once you've gotten clear on what actually lights you up and what you want to do, that's kind of when you get to the practicalities ahead of time of how can I make this happen. So one of those is like who, if anyone, can help you make this happen. Who do you need to be in communication with? And so if you have a partner, obviously, usually communicating with them first, like how can we make this happen? I really need to do this. This is important because I've noticed I'm really depleted and it's kind of affecting everyone. So this is what I want to do. This is generally how long it will take. So deciding ahead of time how long you think you need for this and asking them to be on board to help you with it. And if you're a single parent, there might be another mother who can help you with it. Even if you're not a single parent, there might be another mother. There are times when Kaya has rescued me. And often, well, I am a single mother, but very many times when Lisa has. And taken all the kids and gone, okay, just go on, do your thing. So it doesn't even have to be a single mother, but yeah, allow other mothers to support you too. Yeah. So who can help you? Ask them and tune into how much time you realistically need. And like sometimes if you're really, really depleted, even though and depending on how old your children are and the whole situation, it might keep whispering to you, I really need a whole entire day, or I need a weekend, but it's like, oh, I couldn't have that. Or it might just be, no, I just need an hour, or like whatever it is for you, tune into what that time is. And that's also what you need to communicate with that person or those people, your parents, whoever it is. Yeah. And there does need, sometimes if you've got really young little ones, there does need to be some creativity that happens in that situation. When I had really, really little babies, particularly my daughter, she was really attached to me. Lots of you, I'm sure, have a child who's like mega attached to you. Even going to dad was a bit of a stretch, you know. And so it felt almost impossible for me to get self-care. I was like, I don't know how to do this. She's attached to me all the time. And for me, back in those days, I thought, okay, what do I really need? And I got down to the essence of it. So it might not have been like the full thing, but I got down to the real key piece that I needed. What's really important. Really important. And I needed space and I needed to zone out for a bit for me. So, and for me, that meant reading a book of some form. And I actually went and had baths, you know, and there was occasions when my husband would be playing with her and kind of trying to stall her a little bit. And there'll be times when he sort of goes, I don't care if she just does a quick nurse and then we'll go again, you know. So you have to be creative sometimes and that's fine. But yeah, it's still valid. Yeah. Be creative. And hello, Xavier. Hi, Xavier. Hi. Sorry, we're looking at comments down there, but hi. Okay, what other logistics need to happen? This isn't, we're looking at, in case you're wondering what we're doing, we're looking down. This is our Sacred Recharge plan that's in the Heart book, which is one of our books. And so we're just looking at it to give us some ideas to give to you. So where will it take place? So this is like making it real, making it important, and planning it in beforehand helps you to make it happen, and communicating all this with everyone or with whoever needs to hear about it. So with this thing, where will it take place? Like Lisa just described, it might take place in the bath in your house with the family coming in every once in a while. If that suits your situation, that's okay, but it might need to take place like on the beach, away from your family. But where is the place that's most ideal for you? Plan this beforehand, journal it down. Get really clear on what you're doing. Yeah, what things do you want to have with you? Like what, like Lisa described when her husband took the kids to the playgroup and it's like, what do I do? What do I need to get together? Like if you have everything all together beforehand, like if you're doing yoga and you have your yoga mat, you have your art equipment, then you can actually make it happen.
And don't get stuck on, because I did have a very precious attitude towards it, like, but what would be the most important thing, because I'm not going to get it again for a while, and stress about how you'll use that time the most effectively. Pick the thing that's in your heart now, and there will be more in the future. Like, don't go, oh, but I might not get a chance to do that journaling, and I've been trying to do that for months. Like, pick the now thing that's in your heart. Yeah. If you really want to recharge, that's what you need to do.
Yeah. So with like what things do I need to have with me? Also think about, like, is there little ways where you want to add, like, say, do you want to bring some music into it? Like, to maybe, I don't know, make your yoga or your drawing a little more fun for you. Like, what's some music you really want to listen to? Only if that's applicable, but like, think about the kind of sensorial experiences that you want to have. Like, do you want to have candles there? Or,
if you have the opportunity to bump it up in terms of, and it can be so small like lighting a candle, but it does actually make a difference as to how sacred it feels to you. Yeah. And the more sacred it feels to you, the more it will replenish you. Like, there's a soul quality that comes into this. So yeah, sometimes we just grab the very basics and run out the door and hope for the best. If you've got a chance to give it a little bit of consideration, it doesn't have to be a lot, you don't have to go overboard, but find a couple of things that would just elevate that to the next level for you.
Yeah, and that you can imbue your intention into it. Like, oh, I'm lighting this candle with this intention to really fill me up in a way that overflows to all my family, like whatever it is for you, just to kind of bring that power of ritual in. So another thing that we've got here is, if it's applicable, what will you wear? Like, is there something special or really comfy that you want to wear on your sacred recharge, whether it's oils or clothes or makeup or whatever it is?
Again, these are the things that are actually underneath a lot of the recharge. It's not that you're wearing the makeup or the flowy dress or whatever. It's the way it makes you feel. And that is a really key piece here. In fact, I think it's the next piece that we want to talk about. How do you want to feel? And actually, you can design your whole sacred recharge experience around the feeling, how you want to feel, because that's a really crucial piece in the energetic top-up, is flooding your body with the energy of the emotion that you want to be feeling.
Absolutely. Yeah. How do you want to feel? What thoughts do you want to be having? What's the outcome you want to have? Like, how do you want to feel coming back to your family?
And we don't mean like plan out every second. We're saying vision. Just vision, so that you feel like you're bringing a lot of conscious intention into the sacred recharge.
And so that you're stepping into it from that place. Like, you're bringing that energy with you. You're carrying it into your sacred recharge. So it would just be kind of amplified. Yeah. And sacred recharge can be quite short. Like, I think in the Heart book we have a few different lengths, but I think even the shortest one was like 20 minutes. Was it 10 to 20 minutes.
Yeah. So we're not saying you necessarily need a whole day. You need to tune in for yourself and see where you're at. I would actually say too, the more topped up you are and you're in the moment self-care, which I'm sure we've talked about on our timeline somewhere, you search for it, the less long slabs of time, like the more depleted you get, then that's when you'll start to hear I need to escape for the whole weekend. Like, I'm really depleted if you're hearing that,
or I need to check out from being a mom.
I need to take off. I'm out of here. Yeah. So that's really depleted. But on the other end of that, sacred recharge, if you bring the intention and the considerations that we've talked about in this live to it, you can create a really recharging, awesome experience. I was trying to think of it's got a bit of a spiritual intent to it, doesn't it? In like 10 or 20 minutes, you can.
Supercharged, you can,
absolutely. What we're asking you to do is supercharge the moment with intention and with consciousness and with a bit of forethought. And above all, remember that you can only bring yourself to the relationship. You can only bring what you've got to bring. So I'm trying to be the most amazing mother or partner, because I tell you what, your marriage struggles when your self-care is crap too. Yeah, probably lots of people relating to me, hopefully, and nodding on that one. But it's the same thing. Sometimes the best thing you can do for the health of all your relationships is bring it back to you. What do you need? How do you connect to you? When you lose your connection to self, it's so hard to connect outwards in any direction with a lot of strength and devotion.
Absolutely.
Got no anchor.
So yeah, if you're depleted, create a sacred recharge date with yourself, and it will benefit everyone in your family.
Absolutely. Hear this, because it's important. Because we hear this all the time, that self-care is like, I don't have time for that. It's not really necessary. How could I even possibly make that happen?
It's too hard.
Yeah. But it is actually a really crucial piece in turning things around. If there's a really complex family dynamic happening, if you've got a lot of stress with your partner, like if you've got ongoing disconnection and conflict in your family and you're severely depleted, it's so freaking hard to get out of that hole. Like a lot of the time you have to come back to you first before you can start to move forward in your outer relationships. And I've actually heard marriage counsellors say that too, like that sometimes they have to spend a lot of time just getting each of the individuals up to a bit of a topped up level before they can start working on the relationship. So it is really key.
Yes. So if there's any questions, let us know now. Otherwise, we'll and also if you're on the replay, ask questions because we'll check them and we'll answer.
Yeah.
And also if you have any topic that you want us to talk about, because we do these every week, then let us know. You can post in the comments below any video, and you can also message our page. Yeah.
Or if you're watching this on YouTube,
you can email. That's right, sorry, we forgot we're YouTubing too.
I know.
You can also email us at clientcare@mothersawakening.com, but actually you can also comment under the YouTube videos if you want to hear anything, because we'll check there too. I have been checking now.
We forgot about our YouTube channel.
We've been neglecting it, but we're coming back to it.
We're paying more attention to the fact that people are actually commenting there. Sorry. So I think that's it for today. We just got people who said hi, but if there's any questions and topics, because we're just randomly picking topics here.
Yeah.
Don't have one for next week.
What we're doing next week yet, so let us know.
Yeah. Okay, much love, everyone. Would love to hear how your sacred recharge goes.
Yeah.
If you want to share.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.